Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode in Kinlaig. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of the viewers who let me know about the bug I was having with the meadow, or the issue that I was having with the meadow is in fact a bug. So as you can see down in the bottom right there, it is still showing that we have 0 meadow in this pasture. Even though we have advanced a full month and this pasture should be growing, the cows should be able to eat it right now, but yeah, we started the game with 0 meadow in here, and it has not grown in at all yet. And a bunch of viewers let me know that apparently this is just a bug. Not quite sure what is causing it, but yeah, it's just not registering that we have meadow in here. And apparently the fix is to mow all of the grass down, and then that will apparently reset it and allow it to start growing again. So we are going to do that. I already brought this tractor down here, and we have the mower on the front and the tedder on the back. I'm not quite sure if this is going to work, but I think it should work. We should be able to mow and then ted at the same time, I think. But we need to get our tractor in there first. So I did temporarily install super strength. I don't normally like to use it because it is kind of cheating in my opinion, but because this is just to fix a bug, I think we can make an exception in this case. So yeah, I'll just use super strength to get the tractor into the field here. And yeah, we're going to try to go around and just mow all of this grass down. And then I'm going to get it tedded and baled into hay as well. Because I think we are still going to be able to use this grass to feed our cows, even though apparently it's not registering as the actual meadow. They can't eat it directly, but I'm pretty sure if we cut it and ted it and bale it, we should still be able to feed it as hay. So we might as well make some use from this grass since we kind of got screwed over with this bug here. I wish I could say I was surprised, but kind of seems par for the course at this point from Giants. They release a DLC that costs almost as much as the original game, and then the main meadow that they put in with the starter farm to showcase the new cows that come with the DLC is just completely broken off the bat. So yeah, it really makes you wonder if anybody from Giants even plays this game. So anyway, I hate to complain, but it is pretty frustrating sometimes. But let's try this mowing situation here and see if we can indeed ted and mow at the same time. I'm also not quite sure what's going to happen once we run into these cows with the mower because like they are solid for the player. Like I can't walk through them, and if they walk into me, they will kind of push me around. So it might be kind of interesting having to kind of mow around them, but we'll see what happens here. So if we get our mower fired up here, and I should probably try and position a little bit better here, but we can get our tedder fired up as well, get that spinning. And I'm not quite sure like how important it is that we mow like every little bit of grass or what. I'm assuming only the things that are going to get mowed are actually going to reset properly. So I think we have to try to mow as much of this field as possible. So I guess we can lower that down and lower this mower down, and we'll just try to mow as close to the fence as we can. And so yeah, it does seem like that is going to work for the tedding here, although our tedder is slightly wider than our mower. So it might be a bit of a pain, especially on this first lap around going next to the fence, but it does look like I think we are going to be able to just kind of, yeah, the mower just kind of clips right through the cows. So that should be fine there. At least we don't have to worry about mowing around them, but yeah, this might be a little bit of a pain on the first lap around here, but after that it should be pretty much fine. Just going to be catching on the fence a little bit off the bat, but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. So this isn't a huge field, so we'll just get this mowed up and then baled, and then I think I'm going to run down to the store and probably try to grab a bale spike and maybe a bucket, because we're going to need that eventually anyway. And then we can get all these bales moved. We still have a bunch of straw bales we need to move, and I think we're going to do a little bit of seeding in this episode as well. So yeah, we'll just get this field mowed down, and then hopefully that fixes our meadow issue, and our cows can actually eat some meadow after this. Okay, well, we got all of that done finally. That was a bit of a faff around there. I started going, or well, like the tedding and the mowing worked really well. But then I was kind of thinking maybe I could get away without actually windrowing anything, and I should just run around with the baler and see if that would be faster or just as fast. But yeah, I started going and kind of realized that the pickup swath for the baler was a little bit too narrow. It was going to take quite a while. And then I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be possible to get like all of the hay that was kind of like right along the fence line, because that tedder does spread it out quite a bit. So there was some like kind of right under the fence and then some on the outside of the pasture as well. So I ended up quitting the game and installing another mod called Increased Work Area for Pickups, which basically is just how it sounds. It basically just widens the pickup area for things like balers and forage wagons. So that it kind of grabs grass from a little bit a wider swath. So I figured that might be a little bit faster, and then it would also help us get the grass right under the fence line. But that mod appears to be kind of bugged out, because it was like the entire pickup area wasn't actually lined up with the baler at all. It was like totally out to the one side. So yeah, it was kind of weird. So it actually worked pretty well for grabbing the grass that was like right along the fence line. But then, yeah, it was just kind of a little bit too weird to do that through the whole field there. Trying to deal with like that offset line, because it was a little bit kind of tough to tell like exactly where it was going to pick up. So I guess I could turn off super strength here at this point. But yeah, it was a little bit tough to tell like where it was going to be. So then I ended up quitting the game and reloading it without that mod, or uninstalled that mod again after I got the kind of fence line cleared out. And then yeah, at that point I decided I should just grab the windrower, because it was going to take too long to do with the regular pickup length. And then yeah, basically went from there, and then it worked pretty good. This pickup, or this windrower, actually might have worked from the beginning, because it actually picks up grass from a little bit further outside than you might expect. So I actually might have been able to just pull that right along the fence line, and it might have grabbed the grass out of there. But yeah, at the end of the day, we got her done. Had to use a little bit of mods and cheating to do it, but I don't really mind too much, because it's kind of the whole issue was caused by a bug in the first place. So I don't mind cheating a little bit or using some unrealistic mods to kind of just fix it, but we will uninstall those again after. So yeah, next time I load the game, I will uninstall Super Strength as well. But yeah, now we have all of these bales. It actually gave us a decent amount of hay. So yeah, we have quite a few bales in here. So yeah, I think we need to get those out of here still. So yeah, I guess I should leave Super Strength on for now. I could move them all by hand with Super Strength, I guess, and just toss them out of here. But I kind of like using the loader and stuff anyway. So I think I'm just going to haul this guy back to the yard, and then I'm going to run over, and I'm probably going to grab gas for this guy, because we are getting a little bit low. And oh, we got to throw the arms on as well. And then I think we are going to head down to the store, and I'm going to buy a bale spike just because I kind of want to get one of those anyway. Just because playing around with the like on the Rags to Riches series, I do kind of prefer the way the bale spike interacts with the bales, even though for most of that series I have just been using the forks to move bales around. But yeah, since I've been using the bale spear a little bit, I do actually kind of prefer it for how it interacts with the bales. So I think I'm going to pick one of those up, and then yeah, I'm just going to run around that field and pull all of the bales out of there. I'm not going to do anything with them crazy. I don't think. We're probably just going to drop them like right outside of the fence there, so that they're going to be easy to feed to those cows in the future. And then maybe we can just leave those bales there for the sheep. And yeah, those ones that we just got out of that field should be enough to feed those cows for a little while. And then yeah, we still have a whole silage pit over there that I'm actually not sure, can't remember what or how far along that was with the fermenting. So I just kind of want to check that quickly. So okay, we're at 88% fermented already, so that should be finished not too long. So yeah, I'm just going to grab our forks here, and then, or not the forks, but the loader arms, and then drop off the forks. And then yeah, we'll make a trip down kind of into town there. I'm gonna stop at the gas station and get fuel, and then while I'm at the store, I'll probably repair this tractor too, because it is starting to get a little bit damaged. So yeah, we'll leave the forks here and just bring the arms with us. And then yeah, once we get down there, we'll grab a bale spear and head back here, and then yeah, we'll get all of those bales moved out of that pasture, and then hopefully that actually fixes it. I'm not sure, I'm just kind of taking your word for it, but a bunch of people told me that the way to fix it is just to kind of mow the grass down, and then it should kind of reset for the next month. So I'm hoping you guys are right with that. Just kind of trusting you on that one, but it kind of makes sense that once it kind of got harvested that it might reset it. So hoping that is the case, and next month we'll actually have some meadow. So yeah, I'll just go take care of that stuff, and I will see you back at the yard here. Okay, we got all of those bales moved over, so they're just kind of stacked. Not a very good stack, but I just kind of dropped them on the other side of the fence here. They're not going to be in the way too much. We have quite a bit of room over here. They are kind of blocking the road, but we can just drive around them for now, and they'll get used up pretty quickly as we go through. Actually, they might not be that quick because we only have 6 cows in here, so they're actually not going to eat that much. So we actually should have hay to last for a little while here, especially if this meadow grows back. I'm not quite sure like how much they're going to eat or how long it's going to last, but there's not that many cows in here, so I think it should actually last for a decent amount of the winter. I'm not quite sure because I think it's still, like, even though it won't be growing anymore after November, but like the grass will still stay there. It will still be edible for the cows as long as they don't eat it all. So with 6 cows, that meadow might actually last them for a significant portion of the winter, but I'm not actually sure. But we do have a decent amount of hay built up here now that we can feed them, because we still have these few bales that are left over from the last grass harvest, and then we still have a few more up in the yard, although we could probably save those ones for the sheep for now. So we'll kind of play it by ear. We have a little bit of time to kind of figure out how much these cows are eating, but it's not a whole lot. So I'm thinking we might even be able to do that entire next grass harvest from our other grass field up there. Might be able to do that entirely as silage, and then just sell that to make a little bit of extra cash. So that is definitely an option for us as well. But yeah, we still have more bales to move. I did mention it before, but yeah, we still have a whole bunch of straw bales over in that field over there. And I was kind of thinking about moving them manually, but I think it's going to take a little while. They're kind of spread out all over the place. We did have some kind of roll down the hill into the neighbor's field down there. So this tractor, I think it would take a long time to kind of manually collect them with this tractor. So I think we should probably get a bale trailer. I was trying to avoid spending money on this, and I don't know. I think we should get this one maybe with the extension, just because it's kind of our cheapest option right now. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. It is going to be $1,150 almost to lease it for like a day, which is, I mean, that's a pretty good amount compared to like the actual value of it. So, I mean, we can't really afford it because there's some other stuff I want to buy as well. But I mean, we kind of need a way to move bales around. I think it takes a little bit too long to just kind of move them bit by bit with the loader there. So I think we just got to kind of bite the bullet here, and we're going to buy this guy as well. That is going to take up a lot of our funds, but we can always go do some more contracts, I think, if we need to, because I think, yeah, bale trailer is really going to come in handy over the next little while. And then I think we are going to have to lease a lime spreader to be able to get some lime on our fields as well. So yeah, I'm just going to drive down to the store. We'll worry about the lime spreader later, but yeah, I'm thinking that might be a good thing to lease because we don't actually have to use it that often. So we can be able, or we should just be able to kind of rent it for a month and get all of our fields limed. I think, and I'm hoping that we can still lime the field that we've already planted since it's still kind of in the first growth stage. But yeah, you can see those bales down in that field. Those are our bales, but that is not our land. Those fields came, or those bales came from that field up there. They rolled down there, and there's a couple more in the forest over there as well. So yeah, we should probably get a trailer to go pick all those up. It'll make our lives a little bit easier. And I mean, we can always sell that trailer again later if we decide to get, or to upgrade to like an auto loading one. But yeah, like the auto loading trailers are pretty expensive. So I think that's a little bit out of reach right now. But yeah, I'm thinking we'll buy the trailer because we're probably gonna be using that quite a bit, and then we'll just lease a lime spreader for this month, get our fields limed, and then we shouldn't have to worry about that for a little while again. Okay, well, we finally got all of those bales stacked up. It's getting pretty frustrated there. I think that was maybe the closest I've ever come to just rage quitting this game. I just could not get those bales to behave the way I wanted them to. They were kind of slippery in ways that they shouldn't be slippery and sticky in ways that they shouldn't be sticky. And yeah, they were just not behaving very well for me there, so I was not impressed. I was gonna sell these bales here right away, but I'm actually not sure if I can in this sell point. So okay, yeah, looks like we can. That's good. Kind of looks like it's kind of more of a dump sell point. I know we've sold straw here before, but I wasn't sure. Oh, we got environmental score reward. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I guess because our environmental rating on that field has gone up a little bit, we get a little bit of a bonus there, so that's nice. But yeah, I've sold loose straw in that spot before, but I wasn't 100% sure if it would take bales or not. But yeah, I just wanted to get those sold, get those out of the way, and get a little bit more money in the bank because I don't think we really have any other use for them. So yeah, that loading was a pain though. Definitely reminded me why I don't like using these types of trailers and manually loading bales. So we're probably going to try to get one of those auto-loading trailers as soon as we can because I don't want to be doing that all the time. Although we usually don't have to do it that much. It's only really, I guess, depending on how many fields we do with straw, but it should only be a couple times a year at the most there. But we managed to get them all in one load anyway. It wasn't really the neatest load, but just did not have the patience to continue to try and get them any nicer. I did actually go and switch back to the forks at one point. I guess, I don't know, I was using the bale spike on the telehandler in the other series, and I like that quite a bit better than the forks. But I wasn't kind of manually loading trailers. I thought it was a little bit better for, I think this was the road back to our farm. Thought it was a little bit better for just kind of moving bales like from our shed to our feeding zones and stuff like that. But maybe it wouldn't have been as good for this. But I think the telehandler one is a little bit nicer as well because it's kind of got some bars that come up a little bit higher, so you can kind of see in first person view like where your actual forks are, like what angle they're at. But I was finding it really tough with this one to kind of tell where they were because yeah, there's not really a good indicator because the front of them is kind of so low that you can't really see where they are from first person. So that was kind of annoying me too. And the other thing is that you can't like the bale spear is so wide that you can't really get two, or you can't move at like one without getting a second bale attached. I found like you can kind of see now like I've got the forks kind of pinched together. Because yeah, if I need to move like one bale a little bit just to kind of get it into a slot, it's really hard to do with that bale spear because the other spear always wants to catch, and you can't really just grab a bale in the middle. It has to be on one side or the other. So it's really hard to reposition one without catching another bale with the other side of the spear, and you can't really move it. Whereas this one, oh, my tractor is like spitting flames there. See that? Oh, is it just? Oh, I think it's like a weird graphical glitch when it gets close to the paint there. It just turns yellow. But yeah, it looks like my tractor's blowing flames out of the exhaust. That's kind of funny. But yeah, as you can see, I kind of pinched these together just so I can kind of easily move one bale to reposition it, which just was not really possible with the bale spear. So I was getting frustrated with that, so I switched it out. And I think I forgot to mention before, but I also picked up a bucket while I was down grabbing that bale spear. So that is there. I think we're going to have to use that for cleaning out the silage pit, at least for the first time. I would like to probably get conveyor belts to be able to do that in the future. But those are a little bit pricey, so we probably won't be able to do those right away here. But yeah, we got those, or got all that straw picked up. We got our pasture fixed up, hopefully. Hopefully that's good to go now. Okay, so I think our next task is going to be to get all of our fields limed up here. We'll get that pH sorted out. So yeah, we have this field here. We have the field over there that we just collected the bales from. As you can see, this one is bad pH and nitrogen. I'm not too worried about the nitrogen right now. We'll kind of do that as we kind of plant things in. But yeah, I think we can fix up that pH value right now. Because I do want to try and get it on our other crop there, and I'm pretty sure we can still do it in the first growth stage there. So yeah, I think we're just going to lease a lime spreader. So there's no specific category for lime, but we can go into the fertilizer spreaders here. I was thinking about getting a modded spreader that can do fertilizer and lime, but I think we still can't really afford any of these. So we might buy one of these in the future, but for now, I think we're just going to stick with the stock one right here, but we're just going to lease it. So we'll lease it for 1 month. We're going to lime all of our fields, hopefully. And then, yeah, we should be able to kind of plant one of our fields before winter here. The other one, I think I'm going to leave. Actually, no, because I guess we should probably plant oilseed radish to that one as well. So, yeah, I guess we'll figure that out later. But first, I just want to get everything limed. So, yeah, let's jump in here and we'll grab this guy. Maybe we should do the extension just so we have to do fewer trips to the store. I would probably be a little bit too much to afford if I was going to buy it outright, but because we're just going to lease this for a month, we might as well try to upgrade it. I think we'll leave the narrow tires. I don't really know if it matters, but because we are going to be liming over a crop that we already planted, I guess it makes sense. And I guess we could do the additional width. How much does that make a difference? 2,500 without that, and then going to be 2,900 with it, so that's almost an extra $400. Yeah, we should probably just do it anyway. It'll probably make things go a little bit faster. So yeah, let's go ahead and lease that guy. And we probably could have afforded to buy one of these smaller ones, but a couple people mentioned that the lime is pretty expensive, or at least like right off the bat. The first time you lime all your fields with precision farming, it uses quite a bit. So they said that it could potentially be pretty pricey the first time. So I think we are going to herbal. I wanted to try to leave a little bit of extra money in the bank just to make sure we can actually afford to buy the lime. So hopefully we actually have enough. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but if we run out, I might try to take just like a small loan maybe to be able to afford to get all of our fields limed right off the bat. And then we'll just try to pay that off as soon as possible. So yeah, I guess I will just run down to the store here and we'll pick that thing up. And then, actually, I don't know. I should probably double check the map here and figure out where we have to pick up lime. What was this? Okay, yeah, so that place we just sold the straw actually has a lime station. And that's actually the only place I'm seeing on this map. Thought there was usually more than one lime selling place, but maybe not. They can't find any other places right now, so we're fairly lucky that that's fairly close to our place. Eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to get like our own silo or something to be able to store our lime in, like right at our farm, so we don't have to travel to pick it up. But that's kind of why I wanted to get the spreader with the bigger capacity, just because I knew we were going to have to travel somewhere to pick it up, and the less travel time, the better probably. So we'll use the bigger tractor here to do this because I imagine that much lime is going to be a little bit heavy. So that little JCB had trouble pulling like that empty bale trailer up the hill. So yeah, would definitely struggle with that big lime trailer, I think. But yeah, we'll go grab this thing and then we'll have to go pick it up. And then I think we'll start with our field that we already seeded to canola, just because I want to test it and make sure that's actually going to work. Because, well, I guess if it doesn't work, we'll do our other ones anyway. But yeah, I would like to hopefully get some lime on that, because then we can get a bit of an environmental boost on that guy. Okay, we are basically here. So actually, I can't remember how to open the cover on these things. Okay, so we'll get that opened up and pull under here, I guess, and just fill her up. Yes. And okay, well, we got her full. That was $7,500 to fill that up. So hopefully it lasts a little while, or it goes a decent amount, or covers a decent amount of field anyway, because yeah, that is pretty expensive. We're only going to be able to afford this thing, or afford to fill this thing one more time and then a little bit more. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. We might have to take out a loan just to be able to finish the lime on all of our fields here. Or else I guess we could maybe try to do a contract or two. We'll have to see. I'll head back to our canola field and then I want to try that and make sure it's actually going to work on that field. And then we'll get that one limed. And then, I mean, I guess we don't have to do all of them right now, but I figured like we might as well try to get them all done while we have the spreader, just so we don't have to lease it again for quite a long time. Or at least until next year if we end up buying more fields or whatever. But yeah, hopefully we can get them all done. I think it's yeah, it's going to be in our best interest to get them all limed while we have the spreader here. I think even our grass field could probably be limed as well, if I remember right. So I'm going to bring up our mini map here because yeah, it was this field over here that is our fresh canola field. So you can see it's in the first growth stage. We don't have to worry about weeding it right away because it was plowed before, so it doesn't appear to have any weeds growing in it right now. And I don't have like that crop sensor thing or whatever it's called. I can't remember what the name of it was, but either the sensor that attaches to the front of the tractor or there's like a kind of built-in version that kind of goes on top of the cab. But I feel like that was mostly for applying fertilizer. I'm not really sure if it makes a ton of difference on the liming or the fertilizing or the solid fertilizer anyway. I know it does on the sprayed, like the liquid fertilizer, but yeah, I'm not quite sure about the solid. But yeah, we did get this thing fertilized last time, so the nitrogen is perfect, but you can see the pH value is good, except for some spots like pH value is bad here. So we are going to leave it on like automatic distribution, and it will just kind of automatically adjust how much lime we're putting down. So hopefully most of the field doesn't require a huge amount. But yeah, some spots are going to require more lime than others to get it kind of back, hopefully as close to perfect as we can get. So let's get this thing unfolded. So yeah, we're on automatic application rate. It doesn't look like we have any other options, so I should just kind of be able to turn it on and start going. And yeah, it does seem to be applying the lime. You can see on the mini map the field is turning green, so we're definitely getting some coverage on there. So I'm just gonna stop it here quickly and then come back and check. So okay, yeah, so now it says perfect, where before I'm pretty sure that spot was bad. So yeah, it is definitely working. So yeah, I'll go around this field, get this whole thing limed, and then hopefully we still have enough left over to do some more fields after that as well. So I actually might set up the steering assist lines on this field just to make it a little bit easier to see where I'm going, to hopefully waste as little as possible. I'm not quite sure how the like the automatic application works in terms of like shutting it off, or if you're like overlapping, if it takes that into account or what. But I don't want to waste any more than necessary. So yeah, I think we'll use our lines for this one. So we should just be able to go like that. And then yeah, okay, I just turned it on and it's okay, well, it starts to go fairly soon, but yeah, seems to be working. And how fast is that going down? I mean, we've already used 4%. Oh, but that was a bad spot. So it's I can see the application rate has gone down quite a bit already. So yeah, maybe we'll be able to get this whole field done. Maybe it's not going to be quite as bad as I thought. So yeah, I'll get this field done, and then if I still have lots left, I might just continue, because I do want to get all of them done if possible. Okay, well, we got all of those fields done. As you can see, they're all kind of limed up here. You can kind of see how they look white on the ground now. So yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. We managed to get through all of the fields, got them all done. Used almost 2 whole containers. We've got 2,300 liters left, so I got to figure out something to do with that. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with that extra lime because I don't think we have any more to put down. So yeah, if we go take a look at these now and look at our pH levels, they still look a little bit weird. Not quite sure what's going on with that. Like it looks like it didn't quite spread evenly, kind of like along where like the soil transition zones were. So yeah, there's kind of some weird spots like that. And then like in the grass field here, like I'm not quite sure what was going on here. Like this part is perfect, this part is perfect, but then these lighter green spots are just good. I did go have a look at these. So I'm not quite sure why that works out like that, because you can kind of see like it's angled, like it is kind of in the shape of the spread pattern. So I don't know if the spreader is just not spreading it quite evenly. Like it was adjusting as I was going with like the auto application rate. That first one kind of gave me a false sense of security because it was actually the lowest by far when we did that. The canola field here, it was at like, I think the most it got to was like 2 tons per hectare or something like that. And in some spots, it was like less than 1 ton per hectare. But then, like once we got over to the grass, like there were spots on here that I think we're doing 5 or maybe 6 tons per hectare. And then in this field down in the bottom, I think we were doing like 8 tons per hectare in some spots. So yeah, this field, the first one I started with was by far the lowest application rate, and everything else was higher. But yeah, we did manage to get it done, but we are getting pretty low on funds at this point. So yeah, we definitely would not have been able to afford to buy one of these spreaders plus buy all the lime. But yeah, you guys have told me that the kind of the first application is usually the heaviest. So hopefully in the future it won't cost quite as much because it was like 15 grand that we spent on lime for these guys. So hopefully that helps out a bit. I was actually meaning to check, like, did that change our environmental score at all? I don't think so. That's interesting. I would have thought that would bump that up, but maybe it needs to go for a little bit. Oh, that other bar is different, right? Soil. Oh no, that's a soil sampling. Oh no, yeah, pH value was the second from the top, right? So that one is like pretty much perfect. That one's pretty much perfect. Oh, this one, huh? That one didn't actually change, even though like it looked like it was changing on the map there. And it says like perfect on here. Maybe because this one was already planted, it doesn't actually count. Maybe it has to be limed before we plant to actually get the score. Because yeah, I think that's the one that's holding us back on this pH value score. Because I think all of our other ones are. Wait, how did I get? Oh, this one's not quite perfect, but it's pretty close. And then yeah, like this one. Oops, get out of my way. Yeah, this one looks pretty much perfect. This one looks pretty much perfect. This one's not there at all. But yeah, I think this is the main one that's holding us back on that environmental score for the pH value anyway. So I'm not sure. Maybe that'll reset when the next month rolls over and it'll register, or maybe it just has to be done before you plant it for it to register. I'm not really sure how that works. But yeah, if you guys know that, or if you know like why it doesn't quite spread this stuff evenly, because I noticed like it seems to be mostly around the edge on this one that doesn't quite go evenly, but the whole middle got applied really evenly. So not quite sure what's going on with that. Maybe that soil sensor thing or whatever it's called. Yeah, this Isaria thing, the proactive. Yeah, maybe this thing does actually. Well, it says fertilizer rates, so I don't know. I don't know if this would affect the lime spreading rates, but yeah, if you guys have experience with precision farming, let me know. Like, does this thing actually make a difference for lime? I kind of assumed it would mostly make a difference for like the liquid stuff when you're using like the spot spray or like the PWM technology, but maybe it does actually help with the lime spreading as well. So yeah, if you guys know, either way, let me know how that works. Or if you know, like if there's something else I could do differently to help spread that a little bit more evenly. Cause yeah, you can see a lot of the field is good. If you look down on the bottom right there, but yeah, there are spots that are, or a lot of the field is perfect, I mean, but there are spots that are still only good. But it looks like we have at least good, which isn't too bad. So we should be doing all right there. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to wrap this episode up here because that took a lot longer than I was expecting to deal with all that grass and that pasture there and to get all those bales stacked up. I was hoping to get a little bit further in this episode because yeah, I do want to really get a field planted here. I think we're going to plant probably wheat into this field right here is kind of my plan at the moment, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. And we have to figure out something to do with this lime. I'm pretty sure I can just dump it on the ground somewhere. So we'll try and find somewhere out of the way where I can just dump it, because I think if we return it, we will just lose all the money we spent on that. So yeah, we'll have to go back and return this lime spreader as well in the next episode there. But I think the next episode is actually probably going to be back on Sri Lanka because I want to keep going with that one. We're definitely going to continue the Rags to Riches series. So I want to get back there before too long, before I totally forget what I'm doing over there. I just kind of wanted to get established a little bit on this map as well before we got back to that one. But yeah, from here on out, we're probably going to maybe alternate, go back and forth, like do one episode here, one on Sri Lanka, or maybe two here and one on Sri Lanka kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm out of time to record, so I better wrap this one up here. So let me just shut this tractor off here, and we'll just leave all this stuff here. And then yeah, in the next episode, we're probably going to come in and do a little bit of seeding. That other field, I'm probably going to seed to oilseed radish as well. Like we might do this one barley, and or barley or wheat, and then do that other one as oilseed radish. Just so it's not sitting empty over the winter, and then we'll get a little bit of a subsidy payment over the winter, I believe, as well. And then yeah, hopefully this meadow grows back for us next month. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon in the next one.